The generational run continues. Japan, currently in the midst of Islam fatigue as well as migration fatigue, has elected a brand new bitch. A brand new bitch in the best of ways. I mean this in literally the greatest of terms, and truly a badass of badasses. That's right. The media is freaking out. They're calling her female Hitler, which means she's probably based. Because anyone that the media calls Hitler is based. Like Trump, her, me. I get called Hitler all the time now. It's just crazy. Jewish Hitler out here taking the world by storm. So the White House tweeted, Japan is back. Japan is back cap, signed by both Trump and Sane, the new Prime Minister of Japan, a radical anti-migration bad bitch. Anyway, and then she posted, Sane posted, the new Prime Minister, my sincere appreciation to President Trump for his friendship. Japan, together with our ally, the U.S., is determined to do everything we can to contribute peace and prosperity at the heart of the world. That's what I'm talking about, baby! Anyway, she is an actual big fan of Shinzo Abe, who is goated, and a good friend of Trump. And Trump actually went to Japan to basically congratulate this new person, as well as talk about new trade deals. We're going to be talking about all of this level of winning. The world and all of culture is moving towards us, and honestly, nothing pushed the world towards our direction faster than this. You walk down the street of Japan, and you see this, and you're like, you know what? I actually am a radical right-wing fascist. It's like, and nothing did it easier than something like this, man. All right, this is not Afghanistan. This is not London. This is not New York. This is Japan. And the Japanese people were very not into this. All right, I made a previous video talking about the Islamization of Japan. Islam became Japan's fastest growing religion. Over 110 mosques, doubling Muslim population in a decade. Historians are saying that in 100 years, Japan would be majority Muslim if nothing was done. And the reason why they're saying this is because Japanese have a big issue that they don't really have kids. They have a big issue about not having kids. Whereas Muslims literally say in their actual holy text, they're planning on outbreeding and outvoting the rest of the world. It's literally what they say. Not trying to be controversial here. They have 10 kids each. So, realistically, that's kind of where we're at. The goal is conquering the world and colonizing the planet. I'm not saying it. That's what their holy texts say. Okay? That's what they say. Again, don't put words in my mouth. That's what they say. And let's just say the Japanese people are not super happy about certain instances of unrest. Yeah, there's a lot more vandalism in Japan now. There's a lot more littering in Japan now. There's a lot more theft, rape, shit like that. And to be honest, Japan really kind of didn't have patience with that. And instead of waiting to die like Europe's been doing, because Europe is a feminized culture, sitting there crying, bitching, and slowly giving their fake empathy to people that don't deserve it instead of their own children, Japan was like, yeah, no, fuck it, we're electing a far-right lady, and she's gonna get them the fuck out of here. Now, speaking of how Japan is far-right radical, electing a far-right Hitler, I wanted to show you an article from ZTO. In case you're unaware of ZTO, it is a news organization that is run by Mehdi Hassan, a radical Islamist, leftist, American, non-American. All right, so he published an article. The right in 2025 sounds a lot like the Nazis in 1925. Today's far right may know it's wrong to talk about a superior race, so it just frames it as a superior culture instead. Read the article. Now, I made a reply to this tweet. I ratioed them 10 times over. Right, that's 400 likes versus my 5,000 likes. So, I responded with, 99.4% of women in Egypt say they were sexually assaulted. The age of consent in Iraq is 9. 8-year-olds in Yemen die on their wedding nights from blood loss. Nigeria killed 125,000 Christians. Syrians are killing Druze and Christian minorities. Some cultures are inferior. That's right. Saying that some cultures are inferior is not far right unless you, Mehdi Hassan, a radical Islamist communist, unless you yourself actually support those cultures and support murdering Christian minorities or Druze minorities or women getting married at 9 years old or 99.4% of women in Egypt getting sexually assaulted, unless you support all of those things, which you might. I'm not saying you don't. I mean, you are radical. You're a fucking retard, radical leftist Islamist. Maybe you do support all those things, actually. But in my worldview, that makes them an inferior culture. So this was the response. That number was so insane, I couldn't believe it, but Nux is correct in his stats. And she pulled up an article, 99.3% of Egyptian women, girls have been sexually harassed. And if you look at a little more info, so yes, I actually am right. Of course I'm right. Obviously, I'm right. I'm usually right. I don't know if you're aware of this, but I am actually, in fact, usually correct. Now, there's something else that I said, speaking of inferior cultures, that I thought was worth mentioning. Absolutely worth mentioning. So, she ended up retweeting my tweet. Retweeting my tweet about all these stats, saying, should we have preserved cannibalism because some tribes practice it, or was it an inferior culture? A simple yes or no, but those unable to critically think won't want to answer, and will most likely just call me a name or tell me to off myself. Correct. If you mention that there are inferior cultures, they will want to kill you. Now, let me make this clear. There are inferior cultures. That's right. There absolutely are. Now, I actually could disprove this in a second. I could disprove this myth. Do you think America was better now or was better with slavery? Well, if you think that America is better now as a culture than it was when it had slavery, then you agree that American culture was inferior when it had slavery. Which means inherently that cultures can be superior and inferior. If you disagree, then that means you're pro-slavery. So I'm really glad that we're on the same page. There are inferior cultures. This is a gigantic lying fraud bitch maneuver. And I responded with something that a lot of people don't know about. Fun fact, Zoran Mamdani, the guy running for mayor in New York right now, another radical leftist Islamist, admitted to watching women being raped in Egypt and not intervening on grounds of cultural relativism. And this is from an actual article. However, Mamdani declined to intervene to stop rapes and sexual assaults, not because of the concerns about his own personal safety or legalities. No, of course not. But rather because he concluded that the last thing Egyptians needed was a well-meaning foreigner's assistance. I am a foreigner. I'm not gonna stop women from getting raped, okay? All right, that's their culture. So these are the people that say there aren't inferior cultures. The pro-rape people think that there are no inferior cultures. I knew it was evil, but holy shit. All these dumb fuck censorship women's groups claiming to care about women, none of them speaking out against him or Egypt. I knew it wasn't safe. I had no idea it was like this. This is insane. All right, so I wanted to make this clear. That's an inferior culture. And electing someone that mentions that this is an inferior culture is not a bad thing. It's in fact a good thing. And the reason why I am mentioning all of this is because I am called a Nazi for mentioning this, even though it is literally the most logical stance ever. So no, Mehdi Hassan, radical leftist Islamist. No, it is not a dog whistle that you're a Nazi if you mention the fact that rape is bad. Anyway, holy crap, President Trump made an epic entrance aboard the USS George Washington in Japan, and he literally showed up on fighter jets. This was crazy. Damn, and there he is!
The President of the United States.
That's what we call aura, ladies and gentlemen.
Donald J. Trump.
That's right. And of course they play copyrighted music just for me. And there he is, the man of the hour. He shows up with fighter jets, based entrance. He never fails. He never disappoints. Bro has aura every step of the way. And the leftoids are obviously freaking out because, you would think that the left wants Trump to make allies with the world. Now, everywhere Trump went, where supposedly our enemies are, where the left hates the people there, it ends up working out, He goes to Japan, they love him. South Korea, they love him. He went to Israel, they loved him. They celebrated him. They fucking plastered the highways with his face. He went to Saudi Arabia, they loved him. Like, you don't understand. Everyone loves him except for the hyper-feminized leftoids in Western civilization that are trying their absolute best to kill us all. Which is why Canada is absolutely humiliating itself on a daily basis by, electing a complete retard freak that's out there talking about how many genders there are and how he loves all 12 genders. So anyway, here's a pretty moving moment that a lot of people have been talking about, and it's kind of awesome.
I have always had a great love of Japan and a great respect of Japan. And I will say that this will be a relationship that will be stronger than ever before. And I look forward to working with you. And on behalf of our country, I want to just let you know, anytime you have any question, any doubt, anything you want, any favors you need, anything I can do to help Japan, we will be there. We are an ally at the strongest level, and it's a great honor to be with you, especially.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. I'm telling you, the left is they're losing the world. They're losing the world. People are coming together and recognizing who the good guys are, who the bad guys are, and it's honestly crazy to watch. And the alliances that are happening are diabolical.
So early in what will be, I think, one of the greatest prime ministers. I think he will be one of the great. Everything I know from Shinzo, I know that.
And it's so crazy. I'm sorry to interject with my own opinions. The victim mentality that's pushed by the left, like this culture where you just have to sit back and you're entitled to all this shit, is absolutely holding people back. The fact that you have people complaining and crying about crimes of your ancestors. Japan got hit with 2 nukes, all right? 2 nukes, all right? Everyone's crying about what's happening in Gaza. You realize that 5 times the amount of people were killed in Japan in one day compared to what happened in Gaza. And that, for the record, like, that's fucking insane. And unlike the war in Gaza, where, like, you know, they were targeting Hamas operatives, not civilians or whatever, they just dropped them on cities. There was a war, Japan attacked, they attacked first, fuck them, you drop 2 nukes, war's over, and now look at Japan, a thriving culture of people that are actually getting up, work their ass off, and great allies of the United States. You know, they like, that's insane. It's insane to look at it that way, but that is the actual reality. They pulled themselves up, they made something of themselves, and this is diabolical. It really is. And look at this. And what an unbelievable, beautiful friendship that was made from this. This not constant victim blaming. Can you imagine if people in Japan would just sit there saying, oh, yeah, fuck America, they nuked us, 50, 70 years ago. Like, sorry, bro. That's the past. We move forward. And that's what we're looking at.
You will be one of the great prime ministers. I'd also like to congratulate you on being the first woman prime minister. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's a big deal, and I want to congratulate you on that. I think that has to be called out. And you're going to do a fantastic job, and we're going to have a fantastic relationship. Thank you very much.
Colossal W. And honestly, people are super excited. It really moved me to hear President Trump sincerely say he'll stand with Japan. As a Japanese, I teared up. And it's beautiful. It really is beautiful. And the craziest part is Trump is really making peace with all the peace and friendships and allies with all these people. He made dude is making peace in the Middle East, bro. The Middle East, those guys hate each other. What are you talking about? But he's making peace in the Middle East. All right, you know, he'll drop an occasional B-2 bomber into Japan, into fucking Iran's nuclear reactor or whatever. But you know, he's out here making allies with everybody. And it's crazy. But why isn't he talking about SNAP benefits that the Democrats voted to shut down? So Trump decided to meet up with all the soldiers and all the U.S. soldiers that are currently in Japan, and let's just say he gave them a show. And he bro went out there and he gave them a dance, ladies and gentlemen. It was glorious. He does the Trump dance wherever he goes, and it works. Everyone loves it. So Japan's new prime minister, let me give you some lore here as to why they're getting along so well. Japan's new prime minister, Sanae Takaichi, has made mass deportations one of her first policies. Wow! It's almost like there's like literally a problem through every single one of these developed nations where people from third world nations show up and they're like, yo, mass migration, this is a great thing. We're gonna give you all sorts of different cultures, and they fuck you. Or something. Appointed Kimi Onoda for the job. Adopting Donald Trump's policies works. Nations worldwide are waking up. That's what we're looking at here. God damn. And that's what's happening. First day on the job, baby. Immediate mass deportation time. That's what you got. It's what you do, baby. It's what you do. They're here and they're getting cooked. They're getting absolutely smoked. Kimi Onoda, Minister of Immigration and Foreign Affairs, due to crimes, nuisance behavior, and misuse of public systems by some foreign nationals, many citizens are feeling anxiety and a sense of unfairness. Wow, that sounds pretty familiar, doesn't it? While we must not fall into xenophobia, ensuring the safety and peace of the mind of the Japanese people is essential for economic growth. Wow, taking care of your own citizens first, that's crazy. We will take strict action against those who do not follow the rules, and will take comprehensively review systems and policies that are not adequately responding to the evolving situation at our borders. This will be done in close cooperation with relevant agencies, a united effort across the government, and I bet you they will not stand for the bullshit that America's dealing with like the Democrats fighting against ICE agents. You know that? Like, we're trying to deport 30 million people that Biden imported illegally, and you have people fighting with ICE agents on the streets. You have governors and senators inciting violence. Bro, that's not gonna happen in Japan, and it shouldn't happen here. We gotta learn that from Japan, and we gotta throw those guys in the jail. That's right. You incite violence? You try to protect criminals? Fuck you, jail. I don't care if you're a governor, senator, podcaster. Goodbye. We will deport every retard. Retards are going to go. One of them. We will use every weapon at our disposal to deport the retard. The retards are going to be gone. That's right. Thank you for your attention to this matter. That's what she said. I translated for you. Don't worry, guys. I got you. Anyway, that's the rough translation. So anyway, this is Takaichi Sane. This is the new Prime Minister of Japan. Welcome to Japan, Donald Trump. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, having a fruitful discussion on how we can further strengthen our great alliance. Special lighting honoring President Trump's visit is now illuminating landmarks across Tokyo with their red, white, and blue, baby. That's right, everybody. That's what we got. That's what we got. Some worldwide love and respect. By the way, the leftists, they go viral on Twitter every single day being like, every other country thinks we're such a joke. Every other country actually hates us. All the countries secretly hate us, guys. Like, they keep doing this, but it's just a lie. It's just a lie. It's literally a lie. That's the best part. It's literally a lie. Everywhere Trump goes, he's received so fucking well, except for the radical left Western nations. But everywhere else, from Qatar to the United Arab Emirates to Saudi Arabia to Japan to Israel, they love him, bro. They love him. He represents a change on a world scale. They're cosplaying him in Japan. YMCA. Bro, this is crazy. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. They are cosplaying him in Japan, man. Dude, so obviously this is going very, very well. Breaking news. You have to see this. So this is a reporter asking Prime Minister Shigeru, whatever the fuck, about tariffs, right? Trying, like, the leftist media does their absolute best to show up and drive a wedge between Trump and Japan, because the leftoids in the media, they would rather the world hate us and hate Trump than actually have a fruitful, successful alliance. So he tries, and let's just say it doesn't go very well.
If the U.S. places tariffs on Japanese imports, would Japan retaliate?
I am unable to respond to a theoretical question. That's the official answer that we have.
That's a very good answer. Very good answer. Wow. That's very good. He knows what he's doing. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Bro, diabolical! It's like, when Trump puts tariffs on you, what are you gonna do? That's theoretical. I will not be answering that. It's like, bro, just shut down. Goodbye. So based, man. Just so based. Like, stop giving them the fucking blood that they're here for. These absolute blood-sucking, parasitic leeches out there sucking on your butthole, trying their absolute best to pull out some shit. And they can't. They can't. It's not working. So this is Trump on his way back from the Japan trip. As you can see, it went very well. The trade deals that came into effect were absolutely diabolical. They've been incredibly helpful thus far. I'm very looking forward to seeing what this alliance brings us in the future. Now, these are some of the incredible things that were happening during Trump's visit to Japan. As you can see, everything is going incredibly well. The entire culture is on our side right now, and it's very, very fun. Now, his second stop in Japan, was that he met up with the Emperor Naruhito at the Imperial Palace. It's a simple setting, but bro got the king's welcome. It's ironic that they do the no kings protest and everyone treats him like a king wherever he goes. So this is one of the gifts that he was given from Japan. I just thought this was symbolic, so it was really cool.
We'll extend a gift of 250 cherry trees to Washington, D.C. In addition, I understand that fireworks from Japan, from Akita Prefecture, will be shown in Washington, D.C. on July 4th next year.
Based as fuck. And she is giving 250 cherry trees to President Trump. Now, that's a beautiful thing, honestly. That's just so nice. So, actually, cherry trees are incredible. They're like sacred, sort of. They're like really respected in Japan. In fact, there was this streamer. He's now known for being kind of like a sex pest. He goes by the name of Mizkif, really popular leftist streamer. He went to Japan and swung around on cherry trees, and they arrested him and stuff. Because you don't fucking do that. And so just like as a gesture, like this is just a super nice, wholesome thing. She actually got this picture taken. She got this picture taken with Trump to post it. Japan has elected its first female prime minister, highly respected person of great wisdom and strength. This is tremendous news for the incredible people of Japan. Congratulations to all. Obviously, this went incredibly well. Things are looking up. Now, I'm going to show you this before we get back to Japan. All right, right before we get back to Japan, I have to show you what happened in South Korea, because South Korea also gave Trump a gift. It's not cherry blossoms, it's not cherry trees, but it's also pretty awesome. And I'll be real, the leftoids hate this so much. Like, that's what's making me so happy. The left would rather our country burn than see Trump get respect around the world. So I'm going to show you what he got in South Korea before I show you what the actual speech was in Japan.
The Cheongnam gold crown symbolizes the divine connection between the authority of the heavens and sovereignty on earth, as well as the strong leadership and authority of a leader.
경주를 국비대로 차리신 트럼프 대통령의 처음으로 평화를 가져온 신라의 정신과 함께 한미 동맹의 푸른기를 상징하는 민관을 준비하였습니다.
We present this gold crown to you on this joyous occasion of your state visit to Gyeongju, because it symbolizes the spirit of Silla, which brought peace to the Korean peninsula for the first time, and the opening of the golden age of the Korea-US alliance.
They're all adopting the Trump golden age term, and this is the craziest part. In order to celebrate the No Kings protests, he went to Korea and got a legendary crown. Dude, this is dope. You did such a good job. It's crazy. They're still like, and they're so mad about it. It's the funniest part. Like, they're actually mad. South Korea gives Trump a crown. Long live King Trump. Bro, it doesn't stop. Oh my God. So now, when Sanae Takaichi, 10 days in office, secured a $500 billion deal with Trump, boosted Japan's economy overnight. Mark Carney, Canadian, 7 months in office, blew trillions, got tariffs, blamed Trump. Yep, that's a leftoid circus clown, absolutely. Now, let me show you how excited she was to be called up on stage by Trump. And then I'm going to show you the little speech.
New and incredible Prime Minister, and I have to say this.
Look at them standing beside each other. Like, bro, we are literally living in a special time of society. Like, this could be a grand unifier. I don't know, man. This feels biblical. All right? It really feels biblical with the Abraham Accords in the Middle East, with this alliance between South Korea, Japan, and America. Like, with Europe hopefully swinging to the right. Like, this feels end times like. This feels biblical.
The first female Prime Minister in the history of Japan.
Look at her jumping.
Madam Prime Minister.
Literally jumping.
Please, say a few words.
So, I actually wanted to look at this speech. This speech apparently went viral. Like, super viral. Trump invites Japan's Prime Minister Taku on stage. And apparently it was a little speech. So, we're going to look at this speech, and then we're going to look at the trade deals. And, dude, the leftoids are losing it. They hate this. But just, I can't even, like, say these words. But Biden couldn't. You go with Biden, dude. They ended up invalidating all of his pardons because they found out that they were, in fact, the auto pen. They confirmed it. That's what they're doing to Biden. And this is what's going on with Trump. Like, oh my God.
What a group. All champions. Well, thank you very much. A big hello. This is a special group of Patriots, champions, winners. You are winners. Oh, I'd love to have your job. And a very special hello to the greatest sailors anywhere on the seas, the incredible men and women of the United States Navy. Very special people.
Baby.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor to be here. But I'm thrilled to be here among thousands of proud American patriots aboard the 100,000 tons, that's a lot of tonnage. Forward deployed symbol of American might, power, and prestige, the legendary USS George Washington. This is some ship. They don't make them this way anymore, but we're not supposed to say that, but they really don't. This is great stuff. This is really an incredible GW, they call it. GW, right? It's
my God.
We've come this afternoon to celebrate the strength and the skill and service of everyone on this ship. So we're going to all relax. We're going to have a good time. We're not going anywhere, you know. If you go back to Washington, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. But I want to just tell you that you are special people, and we're going to have a little fun. And I'm going to tell you how great our country is and how well we're doing, because a year and a half ago, we had a different country than we do right now. Now we're the most respected country in the world. We're the hottest country anywhere in the world. And it hasn't taken too long, but I had no doubt. I just didn't know we were going to do it this fast because of people.
We have a long way to go, Mr. President. I understand this glaze, all 7 swing states. We're making a lot of progress. There's 2 genders now, and people are finally sort of normal and willing to speak and stuff. That's true, but there are radical leftists coming to kill us, all right? There are also governors that are trying to interact against the government as we speak. All right, can we please ramp up the authoritarianism like 1,000 times, please? Obviously, because it's not actually authoritarianism, obviously.
like you, so I want to thank you very much. And I want to recognize a man that you all know well, and he's a tough cookie. He was formerly our Secretary of Defense, but now he is proudly known as our Secretary of War.
Yeah! Damn. I didn't know he went...
And, you know, I don't say this. He gave up a hell of a job. They were going to pay him millions of dollars. They didn't want him to leave. That crazy fox said he wanted him to leave. But he wanted... You know, every time I'd go on that show, all he wanted to talk about is the military. And I said, you know, if I ever do this, I'm going to bring this guy along and more about it than anybody.
Oh, my God, that's awesome.
He had a chance. He could have made so much money. He wouldn't have known. He didn't want that. This is what you wanted, Pete. He's so happy now. Those drug ships aren't coming in anymore. We can't find a ship. There's no ships coming in with drugs, you know. It's like he's been incredible. So thank you very much, Pete. You gave up a lot. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep.
And unlike past administrations, we will not be politically correct. You don't mind that, do you?
Oh, my God.
When it comes to defending the United States, we're no longer politically correct. We're going to defend our country any way we have to, and that's usually not the...
That's right, baby. A lot of people are unaware of this, and that's the craziest part. That's like, a lot of people are unaware of this. A lot of people don't actually know this. Trump is bombing the fuck out of terrorists that are coming out of Venezuela. And everyone's like, no, I can't believe it. Why is Trump bombing terrorists from Venezuela? No, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. They're literally coming to kill us. Bro, they are literally coming to kill us. Like, you've got to stop being such a bitch. Like, what are we doing? And the leftoids are so mad. I can't believe that they're bombing ships. They're literally bringing drugs into our country. They're fucking terrorists. Like why are we not like super, like this is the most America first position of all time. Of all time, bro. Oh my God. This for the record was his stance on Venezuela a week ago.
Interesting things are happening around the world, I'll say that.
Present CIA operations in Venezuela as part of...
Well, I wouldn't say that, but some interesting things are happening around the world, I'll say that.
Mr. President, it has been reported that Maduro offered everything in his country, all the natural resources. He even recorded a message to you in English recently, offering mediation.
He has offered everything. He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to fuck around with the United States. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody.
Doesn't want to fuck around with the United States. Damn! So yeah, no, obviously he is really not playing around here.
Politically correct way. From now on, if we're in a war, we're going to win the war. We're going to win it like nobody ever before. You know, we'd go in, we'd blast the hell out of countries. Shouldn't have gone in. By the way, if you don't go in, that's even better. We don't have to go in peace through strength, but you know, we'd go in with...
I don't know, I love the Trump war policy, you know? He doesn't start wars, he doesn't end up in endless fucking tragic meltdowns, he doesn't put boots on the ground, but yeah, he'll fucking obliterate a drug terrorist boat from orbit. Yeah, he'll stop fucking Iran from getting a nuclear weapon to kill us all. Literally the most based possible stance on war.
Win and then we'd leave. They used to say, to the victor belong the spoils. Well, we'd be the victor, then we'd leave, because we had people that didn't know what the hell they were doing. But we're also very honored to be joined by hundreds of our incredible Japanese partners, and they are incredible. Thank you very much.
Hell yeah, dude. Big in Japan. And you don't understand, they paraded for him. They paraded for him in the streets in Japan.
This woman, that's right.
Damn.
This woman is a winner. So, you know, we've become very close friends all of a sudden because their stock market today and our stock market today hit an all-time high.
For the record, this is true. And that's why I didn't invest in the stock market for like a little bit. I'm waiting for it to crash, you know? Like, this is okay, dude, I'm obviously, this is the Jew within me, all right? That's like I want to invest. Okay, I'm trying my best. I'm waiting for the stock market to fucking crash, and it's not crashing. It keeps getting better. Like, the economy keeps getting better, okay? Like, I'm not complaining, because, like, obviously, if it's better, it means all of my investments made more money, but also, I don't want to put money in now, because it inevitably is going to go down, okay? All right, sorry. I'm sorry if I'm, like, Jewing out here or anything, but, like, dude, the economy, it's just too good. It's just too good. Anyway, moving on. Anyway.
That means we're doing something right. But the cherished alliance between the United States and Japan is one of the most remarkable relationships in the entire world.
Dude, look how happy she is to be up there. This is what winning feels like. Again, this is so powerful.
Really, there's never been anything like it. Born out of the ashes of a terrible war, our bond has grown over 8 decades into the beautiful friendship that we have. It's a foundation of
Damn.
peace and security in the Pacific.
Look
You
at
see
that.
it? So on behalf of all American sailors stationed in...
Right? No one's making believe that the terrible war that happened, 70, 80 years ago didn't happen. It happened. It was brutal. And look where we are now. Dude, honestly, if this philosophy was accepted by more people, like think about it. Japan was bombed at this, dude, and look at the difference in people between, let's say, Japan and certain other people that were given a land and area and refused to do anything about it and just became infinite victims for all of eternity. Like, it's crazy to look at this. It's crazy. It was brutal, and look where we are now.
This beautiful country, let's hear it for our allies and the Japanese self-defense forces and all of the Japanese people that we love and respect. And I have such respect for Japan and the country. And now I have a really great respect for the new and incredible Prime Minister. And I have to say this, the first female Prime Minister in the history of Japan.
Look at her jumping for joy. That's crazy.
Madam
That's
Prime
crazy.
Minister, please say a few words.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you all. 米国の海軍創設250周年という記念すべき節目にトランプで
I'll translate. We're making Japan great again. Trump is big and orange. We're deporting the illegals. They smell funny and they're retarded. Continue.
とともに地域の自由と平和を守る象徴である空母ジョージ・ワシントンで挨拶するチャンスを
Alright, I'll translate that. The leftists are gay, and while they're fucking each other's butts, we are taking over society, and we're deporting lots of people that are very smelly. Alright, continue.
This year marks the U.S. Navy's semi-quincentennial anniversary. As we celebrate the important milestone, I'm truly honored to have this opportunity to deliver remarks with President Trump aboard the aircraft carrier USS George Washington, a symbol of protecting freedom and peace in this region.
So that guy, tried to translate what she was saying. Mine was more accurate. I think that guy, he changed it up a little bit so that it could be a little more, let's say, acceptable for a more broad American audience. But I think my translation was a little more authentic to the original Japanese.
でまず何よりも日夜
I read between the lines a little. That translator was a little bit toning it down, He was trying to be polite.
我が国と地域の平和と安全のためにくださっている兵隊員、そして軍の、軍隊の皆さん、軍人の皆様にから敬意と感謝をします。
Yeah, so what she said over there is that I really love Japan and America because both of them have incredibly great cultures, unlike some other cultures which are gay and retarded. And I actually hate some cultures because they're fucking stupid and they fuck their cousins. That's what she actually said. Don't quote. That's what she said.
First and foremost, I would like to express my deep respect and sincere gratitude to all the men and women in uniform from Japan's Self-Defense Forces and the U.S. Forces Japan.
Yeah, it's basically
for
what I said.
your dedication and commitment to safeguard peace and security of our nation and the region.
Yeah, that's basically exactly what I just said.
6年前に
Yeah, so then she said, thank you so much, make America great again. But he didn't translate that one. But that's basically what I said. That's basically what I said. We basically translated it the same way. Again, he tries to do it, in a more polished way. I'm more about just, getting to the meat of it, but that was basically the same translation. Anyway, I wanted to do a look into the actual, a little bit of a deep dive into the actual trade deals. So let's see what was actually done on this trip. Aside from all the obvious W's that we've taken, I wanted to see the sauce. I wanted to see the sauce that was brought back.
Trump was treated like a king, even though he's not. The Japanese
even though he's not. Disclaimer, lip-tarts. He's not a king, but he was treated like one.
Up skyscrapers with red, white, and blue.
W.
And then surprised them with big, beautiful gifts.
We will extend a gift of 250 cherry trees to Washington, D.C.
That's nice.
In addition, I understand that
Trump loves gifts.
Fireworks from Japan, from Akita Prefecture, will be shown in Washington, D.C. on July 4th next year.
Cherry trees and 4th of July fireworks. Now we're talking. The president felt right at home. Before talking shop, the new prime minister said, Mr. President, want to watch the World Series? Trump said, I thought you'd never ask.
No way. No way. I do not believe for a second, for 1 second, that this happened. There's no way.
And she was rooting for the right team.
Bro, that's diabolical. The Prime Minister of Japan and the President of the United States just hung out watching the game. That's crazy. That's insane.
Japan loves the Dodgers.
So Japan does love the Dodgers. It's true. If you want evidence for this, actually, this is gonna freak you out probably. But HoloLive is a VTuber company. It's a VTuber company that's based in Japan. It's worth like $100 million. And they worked with the Dodgers multiple times. They have worked with the Dodgers. Like, they've done gigantic collabs with the Dodgers. That's crazy, actually. What the hell? Like here is a clip. Here's a clip from the Dodgers, all right? Where they got a VTuber on the camera, right, from a Japanese company to sing. Bro. So this is real, for the record. This is a real thing. And they also won, which is nice. But anyway, that's diabolical. That's crazy.
Otani. The two were having such a good time that they showed up late to their meeting.
Bro! Yo!
To the press corps, I'm very sorry that we kept waiting. As a matter of fact, Mr. President.
Look at him smiling. All right, bro has aura like crazy.
And I myself just enjoyed watching the Major League Baseball match. Actually, Dodgers versus Blue Jays. And Dodgers is now having a 1-point lead. And we really enjoyed the match.
But
That's
there
crazy.
was something,
That's
or
crazy.
someone missing. Shinzo.
Yeah.
May God rest his soul.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Assassinated in cold blood.
Horrible.
His widow was there.
There's way too many political assassinations, man. And it's always the best people. It's wild. It's always the best people.
And gave our president a portrait that said peace.
That's amazing.
But you know what Shinzo really would have wanted? For Trump to have played a round of golf on one of Japan's big, beautiful championship courses. Indeed, there was a very special gift. Shinzo's favorite putter.
That's crazy.
Senior club champion Donald
way.
J. Trump was touched.
She was a very good friend and ally of Shinzo Abe, who is a friend of mine, one of my best friends in terms of this world, the world of nations.
This girl's not bad. You know what's even nicer than Shinzo's putter? The Nobel. And yep, Japan's nominated Trump.
Dude, I'm just saying, everyone is nominating Trump. I'm just saying, everyone's nominating Trump. Everyone from Japan is doing it. Israel is doing it. I'm just saying. The world is shifting to the Nux side of the force.
Wow. 80 years ago, we were dropping atomic bombs on them, and now they're nominating us for the Nobel.
That's crazy.
In Japanese culture, gift giving is key. Takaichi even gave him a hat that said, Japan is back.
That's crazy.
And the president signed it with the same Sharpie he used on the minerals deal. More on that in a minute. The prime minister packed a bunch of Japanese tycoons into a room, and they all talked business and a little golf.
I think Masa is here. Where's Masa? I played golf with this guy last week. He sank every putt. We won the tournament. We didn't cheat either, you know? A lot of those teams.
I love how we add that. We didn't even cheat. That's so rare. Normally we have to pay them. We didn't even cheat.
Cheated because I know how they play, and they did not shoot those scores. We had a great time, and you played great, and you putted very well, and I appreciate it because I now have an extra trophy on my desk, and I like that.
Trump loves doing business with the Japanese. Loves it. They bought up a whole fleet of Ford F-150 trucks and put them on the palace grounds. And then the prime minister whispered the T word.
I was just told by the prime minister that Toyota is going to be putting auto plants all over the United States.
Oh, baby! This, for the record, is what they call the art of the deal. This is why tariffs are so powerful. Because now everyone wants to manufacture their cars in the United States instead of in Mexico, where they import them into the United States. That is a massive boom of jobs that will hopefully be going to American citizens because we're hopefully going to be deporting all the illegals.
To the tune of over $10 billion.
Ooh!
But that's not all. We signed a big minerals deal. Rare earths for cars, fighter jets, plus $500 billion in investments made in America. You know who's not happy? China.
Obviously.
Suddenly, business isn't booming in Beijing. And the land of the rising sun is shining on God's country, the good old USA.
That's where we're at.
I have always had a great love of Japan and a great respect of Japan. And I will say that this will be a relationship that will be stronger than ever before. We are an ally at the strongest level.
We have bases all over Japan, and Teflon Don made quite the entrance.
There he is.
The President of the United States,
That's
Donald
crazy.
J. Trump.
That's crazy, dude. Actual badass entrance. Oh my God.
And the Japanese Prime Minister were standing on U.S. aircraft carrier docked in Tokyo Bay. Xi Jinping's not going to like that. It's a powerful...
It's crazy. You don't understand. It's literally all of the worst people hate this. It's amazing.
Message.
This woman is a winner, so you know...
And you know why she got elected? She got elected because the previous group of retards imported infinite people to outbreed them. Like, dude. And then all of a sudden their culture becomes shittier. Then all of a sudden you have graffiti on the walls. You have littering on the floors. And Japan is like, no, actually, fuck this. We're not doing this. We're not playing this game, and this woke shit's not gonna work here.
We've become very close friends all of a sudden because their stock market today and our stock market hit an all-time high. That means we're doing something right. But I have to say this, the first female Prime Minister in the history of Japan, Madam Prime Minister.
What kind of woman is this? Takaichi.
That's right, baby. Far right, as they say.
Your husband. Take her last name. Wow.
Oh, shit.
We know who wears the pants there.
Oh, God.
But when Trump's
that's
around,
terrifying.
It's like Tony Danza. Everyone knows who's the boss.
That's right.
The auto pen's out of ink.
That's
and G7's reminding the world.
Biden used to say he was a pilot. He was a pilot. He was a truck driver. Whoever walked in, he wasn't a pilot. He wasn't much of a president either, to be honest with you. That I can tell you. That we all know.
Biden was no pilot. He was on autopilot. The world walked all over him. And now they're all giving us minerals, jets, fireworks. But guess who doesn't like it? Lame duck Colbert.
Trump's next stop.
There is no way people are like, dude, I saw some leftoids like crying about it. You know, dude. I have seen some leftoids crying about it on Twitter. Okay, like some retards on Twitter. I can't believe they're fascists. Female Hitler. I didn't think that you'd actually get talk show hosts somehow getting all pressed on this.
Is Japan, where the hand can be used like a knife. He arrived today, but the new prime minister has a plan to win him over. She's going to gift him a gold golf ball. It is so sad to see how easy it is to butter up the president of the United States.
He's bringing in billions of dollars of deals, and he's getting hung up on gifts given by, like, there's no fucking way you are this pathetic, sir.
Okay, quick. Trump's visiting. What do we give him this time? Gold burger?
These aren't gifts for Trump.
This is crazy. This is unbelievable. Like, imagine being such a bitch that you want your country to die before giving Trump a W.
They're gifts for us.
Like, dude, this is exactly like the, Trump, makes a peace treaty between Israel and Gaza, right? And the Free Palestine guys, they're just furious about it. It's like, literally, why? I thought you cared about Palestinians. They don't. They just hate Trump.
They're investing billions, building our bases, buying our rice. Think about it. Trump has gotten Japan to buy American rice.
My God! Wow, that's a businessman. Bro sold rice to Japan. That's fucking crazy. I feel like you could make like an idiom about that, you know? It's like, you're selling rice to Japan?
Never happened before. Trump's not being bribed with gold golf balls. He's worth billions. He's doing big business and everyone's making money. America first, obviously. Our stock market, all-time high, and world markets also hitting highs.
W.
The AI business is booming. America's hot. Globalism's over. Trump's creating brand new trade and security alliances that make America great and keep China at bay. And we're still doing deals with the Chinese. Trump even said, China's going to have to give a little and we'll have to give a little. You know the only guy who won't give a little? Schumer. Schumer one in the world who won't do a deal with Trump. Trump did trade peace deals, too, with Hamas, the Iranians.
Bro made a peace deal with Hamas, rapist, pedophile terrorists. And this motherfucker is so hell-bent on destroying the country that he can't do it.
The EU, Zelensky, little rocket man. Trump's made more progress with Putin than he has with Schumer. Now Chuck's putting his party in big trouble because the largest union in the country is demanding Schumer reopen the government. Americans are starting to flood food banks.
This is my first time visiting a food bank in my entire life. I've never had the need to do so in the past, but times change, and I'm in a moment or in a place where this is where I'm at.
Well, get a job. Your problem. Don't care. Fuck you. All right, we're wrapping up the video here. I don't care about these crying bitches. Get a job. All right, that's my opinion. Thank you so much for being here. I covered this in the previous video. The whole, you know, retards not wanting to get a job and also be like, dude, look at you. You're a young fucking guy. Get a job, you absolute degenerate. Anyway, I don't care. Don't care. Cry more. Keep crying, actually. Anyway, yeah, so King Donald Trump was given a crown. He was given cherry trees. He made the Japanese Prime Minister jump for joy. Lots of trade deals, billions of dollars. Stephen Colbert is mad. Put the fries in the bag, bro. Thank you so much for being here. This is what winning feels like. And honestly, only truth and justice could bring unity. Unity doesn't come from lies. Lies will never work. And that's why, honestly, despite the fact that they tried to kill Trump, they tried to jail Trump, they tried to slander Trump, here he is. Here he is. And witness this. We are living in the end times. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.